Hey guys, I want to show you around what we got in the log yard. This is the stuff I'm going to be sawing probably all spring. Also, don't forget that we're going to be making some sheds and some firewood sheds. So besides that, here's some of the stuff that I'll have for sale. I'm going to be kind of weaning away from just selling just lumber. I want to start making more of my own stuff too. So I want you to, if anyone's interested in picking anything up this spring, early summer, take a look at what we got going on right now. All right, so we're going to have obviously a lot of slab wood for firewood, mostly pine though. There will be some hardwood that you can pick up. Sell this for around $20–$30 a truckload, depending on what it is. I have a bunch of ash and some cherry that I'm going to be selling up. This is a customer's order, so that's all going for him. And then over here, a little bit of oak and a couple cottonwood. That's also for another customer. Here's a bunch of ash. And well, it's a little bit of everything. Popple, there's tons of cherry. This is just all of my own stuff that I've traded or bought. So we're going to be selling a lot of cherry. So if you're interested in cherry, there's other stuff too, but ash, oak, a little bit of walnut. This is another customer. Some smaller stuff that they dropped down. After I do the other two customers, I'll probably be getting this out of the way. So a little mix of everything in here. Here is all of the tulip. Well, not all of it, but what I've sawed so far. So we're doing pretty good here. A little bit of small 1x pine slabs too. Here's a pine log that I'm trading. So just a neighbor had it, and I told him whatever I'd sell it for, that I'd give him half. Not something I'd normally do, but he's like a next door neighbor. So here's some of the leftovers that I have for the larch. So if anyone's looking for any larch 1x's, I'm going to cut the rest of it off from here, and I have more 1x pieces. A bunch of ash that I have. Some of this is going to go to the guy that brought the logs. Those are those, I thought that they were chestnut. Turns out they're white oak logs. There's some more hemlock, and I think there's just a little bit of regular pine and some larch mixed in, 1x's. So I'll sort through that. Then down here have some spruce. I'm probably going to saw this tomorrow into some 2x4s because it's shorter stuff, and the guy needs some 8-footers. So this is another deal that I have. I'm doing a 50-50 thing for someone that I know. It's not something I do for everybody. These are those long 2x4s, 17-foot 2x4s. I'm going to cut these in half, and then there'll be some 8-footers for one of the customers. Then I have a long line of, this came from the log truck. This is the pine that I'm going to be sawing out. So I only sawed a little bit of it. Most of this is came off the truckload. So we got this guy. We got some massive pine logs here. I'm not even sure if the mill can do those, so I kind of set them aside. More, these are very long. A lot of these are like 25, I think 25-footers. And then a couple of the shorter ones that I'll make out of 2x4s for the one guy. So I have a lot of hemlock that's left off from a deal that I did. So if anyone's looking for some hemlock later this spring, a lot of this stuff going forward, I will still be a lot cheaper than Lowe's, but it's not going to be, what it was before. Prices are going up everywhere, so it's harder to get the materials themselves. So we got to keep that in mind. But I'll try to get it as good of a deal as possible. Then I got a big pile right here. This is all a customer where we worked a deal where he brings his own logs. I saw him up and keep a percentage. Don't do that for everybody, but he's a good guy. So these are going to be the next logs that I'm going to be sawing through. A lot of pine, some hemlock. In here we got everything. We got ash, we got cherry, we got black elm, I believe. Things I haven't sawed yet. Tulip. And we also have a lot of cherry, ash, walnut, early spring. A lot of that pine that I showed you is going to go into making those sheds. So yeah, I got to saw some logs for people that brought them. That's going to take up a lot of time. Then I want to start working on the sheds. So keep an eye out. I'm not doing any custom orders. I'm not even sure if I'll ever do them again, except for some of my early customers. I might, we'll see. Kind of transforming a little bit into wanting to make things myself. So as I have extra pieces, I'll sell them for anyone. But just going out and making thousands of 2x4s, I think those days are probably done. Unfortunately, we'll see. I want to do stuff that's a little bit more creative. So here's that tulip. We have a lot of this. So I'm keeping some going to the guy that brought the logs. So that's one thing that I'm going to be selling. So look out for that. If you're interested, let me know. First people that tell me will be the ones that I sell my portion to. $3 to $4 a board foot, somewhere in there. This is the stuff that has the purple and the green in it. I'm not super happy with the setup that I have right now for the logs. The way that I did it before with the log deck, I could probably get through this in a couple of weeks, everything that I have, believe it or not, and now it's quite a bit slower. So I'm looking to get back to what we used to have to be able to roll the logs up to the log deck. Probably do that out in this field, and then we'll be moving a lot faster. Everything's just super slow the way that I changed the setup, and I have not been happy at all with it. So we got to simplify that, get back to what used to work, and yeah.